Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this recording, right now, it is 5:50 p.m. Now, March 24, 2025. You know what I'm saying? And it's, and the upload time of this is 11:30. You know what I mean? It's 11:30. Right now, just, I'm preparing some food for tomorrow. I'm cooking some ground beef. My fucking dumbass forgot to take the ground beef down from the fucking freezer. You know what I'm saying? And now I gotta fucking, put this shit in the fucking stove and not the stove, and make sure this shit defrosts more. How do you like it? You know what I mean? But as I got you guys here, I decided to do another video for the wrestlers who were ahead of their time. You know what I mean? Like early this evening, I had posted about my thoughts about Tony Khan and his dumbass actually fucking get ready to celebrate an irrelevant milestone, which is WCW, AEW passing WCW, right? Nitro and shit, right? But I want to talk about wrestlers who, to me, were far ahead of their time. And this person is basically no exception. At the time, in the 90s, you had a lot of badasses. At the time. You know what I mean? From Steve Austin to Dan Severn and DDP and shit. Another name that fit the 90s perfectly was one Taz. You know what I mean? Shout out to Taz. I love Taz. You know what I mean? BK Zone. You know what I'm saying? From Red Hook. Taz was a beast in ECW. That dude was, let me tell you something. In the ring, he was a beast. You know what I'm saying? Taz is no doubt a fucking beast. He was, him and ECW fit like a fucking charm. The thing with Taz was that he was explosive. He was dominating. You know what I'm saying? Like he was nobody to fuck with. You know what I mean? And he was a guy who basically, you see why he was ECW champion. A lot of people don't realize that Taz was also a black belt in judo. You know what I mean? What Taz represented was, goddamn. What Taz represented the, the shoot style of pro wrestling. You know what I mean? He represented a shoot style that, you rarely seen in wrestling during that time. Right? And so, his suplexes was no joke. You know what I mean? Taz's suplexes was basically nothing to play with. Now, Taz was nothing to play with in the ring, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a tough motherfucker. I think he definitely could have had a better WWF career, but it was decent. It was definitely decent, but in ECW, he was a beast. You know what I mean? Like, the match he had with fucking Bam Bam Bigelow where he put him over, you know what I mean? Where Bam Bam beat him for the television title, that was something. I think it was the television title or the world title. I gotta go back and look. The match he had with fucking Shane Douglas for the ECW world title. You know what I'm saying? That match was fucking great. Remember, Taz also made history. Taz was the only person, right, to be involved in a real cross promotion with the WWF and WCW. Not for the ECW championship. Remember, with the whole shit with him and Mike Awesome? Remember the whole shit with Mike Awesome where Mike Awesome basically bailed out of ECW to sign with WCW? Remember that? Yeah, and then they needed Taz to go in and, beat Mike Awesome for the ECW championship. Right? So, the thing with Taz, like I said, he was very dominant. I don't know if I wouldn't be shocked if he was an amateur wrestler in college. No, he was an amateur wrestler in college from what I understand. He was, and then, once he got to, he was not, listen, he was always not the person that you see in the ECW. Remember, he was the Tasmaniac. You know what I mean? I think he wrestled for a company called IWCCW. You know what I mean? He also wrestled in Puerto Rico, too. And yeah, like I said, him and ECW fit perfectly, B. They fit perfectly. The matches he had with Sabu was fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, Taz with the suplexes and everything, like, again, he was no fucking joke. You know what I mean? Like, shit, he have him in a shoot fight with Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? He could hold his own. The Taz might be small, but don't let that smallness fool you, B. Now, I mean, don't let that smallness fool you. He would fuck you up. Now, I mean, Taz will get at your ass quickly. You know what I mean? That's why I love Taz. You know what I mean? If you put Taz now, you know what I mean, against the best shooters in this business, forget about it. Put him in against fucking, someone like Samoa Joe. So, I mean, put him in against someone like that. You know what I mean? He would have sold the show. Taz would have been, in today's day and age, you know what I mean? Taz would have been, if you plucked him into today's, pro wrestling, he'd be an instant star. Just by, his whole aesthetic alone. That's how good Taz was. Now, I mean, and he turned out to be a good commentator, too. Now, I mean, Taz is no hokey poke in commentating. He's a good commentator. Yeah, I mean, he's a good color by color commentator. You know what I mean? Like, he knows his shit. The thing I also love about Taz is, and I didn't realize this, even though Taz might be tough, the dude has a heart, too. That's the Brooklyn shit. You know what I mean? That's us Brooklynites. You know what I mean? And his son to me made a big mistake signing with ECW. I'm sorry, AEW. I think his son should have went to WWE. You know what I mean? Because they're not doing anything with Hook. Hook is not bad, but I don't think that, I truly think that Hook is better suited, in a WWE ring way more than an AEW ring. I think AEW doesn't have anything for Hook. You know what I mean? And, it is what it is. But I'm about to be out. You know what I'm saying? This is the last video of the night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to continue cooking. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.